Many union members are facing real questions right now. Who can help me understand my benefits? What happens if I get hurt on the job? How do I prepare for retirement, disability retirement, or workers' compensation? The challenge is not always the lack of benefits. It is knowing where to find clear answers. That is why education, leadership, and today's conversation matter.
Today we are honored to welcome Sonia Chavez,
President of AFGE Local 559, a leader who continues to stand with her members and bring valuable resources to her local.
Well, welcome to another episode of PWR Podcast. With me today is Local Union President Sonia Chavez from Local 559. Sonia, thank you for being with us.
Hi, Sonia. Nice to see you again.
Dan Medina is with us. He is the specialist in disability retirement and workers' compensation in PWR. And we're going to be asking Sonia a couple of questions in regards to her presidency. How did you get to become president, Sonia? What was the trajectory? What's your story?
My story is my mom. I came to the VA in 2007. I just worked at the VA, nothing more than that. And then in 2010, somebody asked me, "Hey, Sonia, you want to be in the union?" I said, "Sure." I mean, well, why? They're like, "We get to go to Puerto Rico." I was like, "Okay, sure, I'll join." So not like everybody else, everybody else had you got in trouble and they decided to join in that format. I joined because I wanted to go to Puerto Rico. Didn't really make it that far.
Oh, really?
And 20 years later.
Okay.
But what's it called? I joined. I was a steward for a long time. Then became a secretary. Became the VP, and now I'm the president.
So you grew within the ranks.
I grew in the ranks.
And you've seen the ups and downs of the union.
I have.
So you've been in the struggle. You've seen people come. You've seen people go. So based on that experience, what would you say is the main issue or the main problem that the union is confronting when it decreases, right? The unions leave, union members leave. They just don't want to be part of the union.
Sometimes it's the people we know with the knowledge. When they leave, it's like some of that knowledge goes with them. Sometimes when members leave, they're really hard workers, but something happened within the VA system that was broken, and that's why they leave. Or they believe that the union's not there for them because of one person that they didn't like. Yeah. But that's not. We try to get those people back and try to get them to understand that everybody's not the same, and the union is here for everybody, not just for the ones that pay or the ones that don't pay, for everybody.
And that's important because we've been working with a lot of union presidents all over the United States. And one of the things that we're seeing with union members that are not union members anymore is that they think that the union is no longer active, especially AFG. They say that the union is dead, that why do I have to pay my dues? It's something that doesn't exist. I ask you, is your local active and is it still alive?
Yes, our local is very much active and alive, and we send out emails, tell people all the time that we're still here. Even though the agency sends out emails and say, "Oh no, the union's gone." The union is not gone, and we're not going anywhere.
So you're still in the struggle.
I'm still in the struggle. Fighting. Still fighting every single day.
Perfect.
But then again, the struggle never ends.
The struggle never ends.
And we know that firsthand.
It goes, it has its ups and downs. But at the end of the day, it's who stays behind or who makes it through it with you, through the struggle, and they believe. And we had a lot of, members that did leave. We also had a lot of members that stayed, and they believed that, we were going to fight and come back. That's exactly where we were at.
Wow. And what would you say that's lacking right now with union members in regards to education? Do you see a lot of union members not understanding their benefits, what they have, how they can structure their retirement?
A lot of members, even though I tell them, "Did you use your benefits?" Even if some people are like, "Oh, I don't get in trouble." It's not about you getting in trouble. I always say, just because somebody else might be having a bad day, all of a sudden that becomes your bad day. Mm-hmm. Yes, and then that's where you would need the union. But outside of that, there's also a lot of benefits for trips, for education, for different things that they go into AFG alone and go look at those benefits that they have. but they don't, because they don't know where to go. They don't know how to, or understand, or it might not even be their language. And so it's harder for them to read us that information.
And that's very important, because that's exactly why you are taking the initiative of bringing us to educate your union members and trying to see if we can capture those non-union members to come back by providing extra benefits, right? So it's not about just the fight, it's about giving you a structure. And that's the extra benefits that you're gonna be providing through the workshops, upcoming workshops that we're gonna be programming with your local. Especially that, which you just said, right? A platform that can translate and it's multilingual. No matter what language, it could be Italian, it could be Creole, it could be Spanish, they will be able to access information in their own language, which that is huge. That is huge. Besides, everything that is going on right now with the government and, how do you feel the environment inside the union with the union members?
With the union members, right now, they're not sure what's going on. They're unsure that they participate. They're not sure if they can allow to be called upon the union for assistance, because they're not sure if that's going to hurt their job, or if we're going to be there later on to protect their job if they see something right now. So that's where they're at this moment in time. They're unsure of what the outcome is going to be. They knew with the presidency before what occurred then, but they knew we came back strong. And then now they're like, okay, what is going to happen? He still has so much time that this agency, this, administration has so much time still at play.
Still got a couple more years to go.
A couple more years. So everybody's scared and everybody wants to know, like, what do we do from here?
Wow, that is huge. Because one of the things that we're going to be bringing is exactly that as well. You're going to be able to have an assistant, right? In regards to what the federal planning and the federal benefits and retirement planning comes into play, how they can structure their TSP to grow it up to $1 million, no matter who's the president, right? Because once they understand how they can structure their TSP, they'll be able to make the moves that they have to in order to get to that $1 million when they retire, especially the younger people, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel the younger people that are starting off in the federal government?
Sometimes the younger people, they have their, they're more knowledge on the electronics, they're more knowledge on what's out there versus the older. But at the same time, they don't know the system. They don't know the VA system. They don't know the federal system. So they might lack that, that knowledge for this department and this, area. But other personnel might be able to be around to assist them and help them out on some things, but not on everything. Because again, a lot of people leave with the knowledge they have.
Yeah. How do you feel about how can we help you during PWR retirement?
Well, WR retirement definitely can help us as far as education, the language, the getting information out there for our members.
Perfect. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And that's why we are programming with Sonia. For the future dates, we're going to be programming workshops where we're going to be providing all the tools, all the exclusive tools that we provide. And it's all because of Sonia. Sonia reached out to us. She saw that there is something that needs to be improved in her local. And she's reaching out to us so we can bring all these tools to you. So you can understand how TSP works, understand the funds, understand FEGLI, understand workers' compensation. Gabriel, what's the importance of union members understanding how workers' compensation works? What are the benefits of disability retirement?
Well, let me tell you this. There's a lot of misconception about how those programs work. A lot of employees, and I'm sure you've dealt with this too, follow the advice of coworkers who are not experts at the subject. And most of the times they get in trouble because they either file the wrong form or submit the wrong paperwork, or they're lacking in information. And basically they don't have the tools to be able to navigate these waters. And like I said before, we're both in the struggle together. By the way, we both are part of the LAGLA National Executive Board. So we are deep in the struggle across the entire United States. So we know how important it is to provide the right education for all union members, because it's not just about planning for retirement. Now we have to plan for when we're furloughed.
Yes.
You know, when we're 3-4 months out of a job, waiting to come back.
Yeah.
And it's very important to have the tools that PWR provides so that members can prepare for that. That way, when it does happen, you're not impacted, and you can recover.
Yeah, that's the part, is getting recovered. A lot of people, if they get hurt or anything like that, they don't know the forms, they don't know where to go, they don't know who to speak with. And they do come to us for us to help them out, but there's only so much we can do on those avenues, because we're not matter experts in those departments. So that's where you guys come in and help out.
Perfect. And hey,
And we're more than happy to do it.
more than happy to do it. It's a blessing for us and a privilege to be able to work with AFGE and work with your local and be able to provide, all these educational tools. So stay tuned. Coming soon, we're going to be organizing these workshops with Sonia Chavez and her local. Stay tuned. This is coming pretty soon. We're going to be throwing the flyers through social media. We're going to be projecting them. And there's going to be a QR code where you're going to be using that QR code to register. Very important to register for these events. Sonia, any last words or anything that you want to project to your local?
Stay with us, stay in the fight, don't give up. We're here, we're not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. And more to come.
Perfect. Sonia, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us.
And we look forward to these workshops. Stay tuned.
Pause the video, scan the QR code, and grab your seats before they are full. Also, inform your friends and colleagues so they don't miss it.